Hi guys, I accidentally hit the camera before as I was moving things around and repositioning myself. Didn't mean to do that, so sorry for the little wonky start. Hi guys, I hope that you are having a wonderful Saturday evening. And today I figured I was going to hop online and I feel inspired to talk about what happens when your loved ones come in. Why do they come in? I felt especially compelled because this afternoon I did a house party. It was a gallery style, so everybody was in the room together and I was able to share what their loved ones had to say coming through, what information they had coming through to them. And in several of the readings, their loved ones, they were expressing their regrets. They were expressing they wanted to express that they were sorry for some of their behaviors while they were alive. And it hit me as I'm thinking about this just a few moments ago. I'm like, well, that's kind of hard for the person who's here. And I don't think that I've ever really talked about forgiveness from what it means for the other side, what it means for here, and what you as a client receiving those regrets, receiving those apologies from the other side, what you guys should do with them, because you as an individual may not be open to receiving that apology, and it doesn't mean you have to take it. Doesn't mean that just because they're offering it that you have to be okay with their behaviors. When loved ones come in with the other side, one of the things that they want to say, and hi Tracy from Erie, we are in Pennsylvania this evening. How wonderful to be seeing you. But as I was saying about forgiveness and about when a loved one comes in and expresses their apologies, it doesn't mean that you as an individual have to accept them. Your loved ones, when they cross over, they are able to see the impact that their actions have had on you, your siblings, your friends, your family, the people that they care about. They're able to see the true consequences and the repercussions of their actions and get a full sense of how their actions impacted others. Something that we on this side, we might get glimpses of and have a sense of how we're impacting others, but we don't always know. You think about the butterfly effect. One small action you have has so many significant repercussions and outcomes. The ripple effect, it just kind of keeps on spreading. And we in South Carolina, sorry as I get distracted. Hi Lisa. So we are definitely having far reaches this evening. But as we are talking about that ripple effect, and even this ripple effect where it's in PA and South Carolina, I'm sure Buffalo this evening across, there's this ripple effect and it impacts so many different individuals. And folks, when we are here, we don't always think through how our actions are impacting someone, how they're taking it. And it would become overwhelming if we were to be doing that. On the other side, they have the opportunity to see how the little nuances, their little quirks, we get to see how those things we do impact others, and sometimes leave others with scars, sometimes leave others with this feeling of, did that person care for me? Why did they act this way? If they loved me, why? And there's all of these questions, why? Hi Eileen. And there is all of these questions as to, okay, so why could they have done this? Why did they feel that? There's just this longing because there's not that opportunity sometimes there isn't that opportunity when someone passes to be able to get that closure. Your loved ones on the other side see that. And they have a lot of time to think. They watch everything that's going on. And so when they see this and as they're coming to grips and growing and evolving, because as we are on the other side, we continue to evolve. And that is why your loved ones will come through with that regret. They will come through with that message of apologies and tell you that, I wish I had done this differently. And the regret, let me be clear, is different than regret we have here. I think some of my clients walk away worried that their loved ones are hurting and they're suffering. It's not the same type of regret and pain and sorrow we have. It is an acknowledgement of responsibility and accountability that they get on the other side. And that is why they come through with their apologies. That's why they come through with that regret and that acknowledgement of their behaviors and how they may have had a negative impact on an individual. And that's why you will hear that sense of regret and remorse from your loved ones from the other side. It's because they want to acknowledge and they want to bring you peace. They want to bring you a sense of closure. I know the evil, the terrible word, when we're talking about death, it can cause such heartache, but the closure can also be a good thing. And that's why they come through with those regrets, those acknowledgments, that accountability and those apologies, because they want to bring you peace. That being said, as I started this does not mean you have to accept those apologies. It does not mean that you have to acknowledge and completely forgive an individual. Forgiveness is something that we all have to do in our time. Just because someone says that they are sorry doesn't mean that it is something that you need to be acknowledging. It doesn't mean that it's something you have to embrace. We all come to those things in our time. They are expressing it because they want you to know that they recognize their accountability and their role in the pain they have caused you. So whenever that can bring you some peace, whatever time happens, because a lot of times it is too little too late. Hello. And as we are saying, as they're talking to those folks, and they do bring those messages through, they just want you to know that. What you do with it is up to you. If it is not time for you to be able to forgive, sometimes those regrets, that remorse, is from someone who has done you a lot of harm and has caused you a lot of pain and heartache. It's okay for you to take time and take that in and know that they can't change the past, and at least hearing it, they're hoping that they can bring you some peace. They often know that it is something that they are going to have to make up. They are going to have to demonstrate. They can embrace you when you get to the other side, should you choose to. Very often you do. You might not think you want to, but very often you do. But there is that sense of, folks, they want you to be able to be starting to think about it. And that's why they express it. It's not causing them necessarily pain. If I or any medium says that, they're sorry and they're saddened by this, it's not the same sadness we feel here. So do not feel guilty. Do not feel guilty if you don't accept the forgiveness. There are people in life that they can offer their apologies, and you just will never forgive because it has been too damning. And that is okay. That's one of the reasons why we are humans. It is to have that type of emotion and to be able to work through it, because there are lessons in that. And so do not beat yourself up. And that is what I have to say about those messages from the other side that your loved ones bring in. A little bit about those apologies and what you have to do with it for forgiveness. I do want to encourage you, if you do choose not to forgive, if you do choose not to accept their apologies, the one thing I want to encourage you to continue to do is let it go. Because if you are choosing to not bring that, if not accept and bring that message in, it is something that you are acknowledging, okay, that they've hurt me, and this is not where we're at and it's not what I want to accept right now. And it's just the letting it go and moving on and creating those boundaries, creating that box so that you can at least have the healing and the peace within yourself, even if it isn't with them. And that's something that's important to note. It's that if you're not going to acknowledge it and accept it, you don't want to let it to continue to stew. It does you no good. It does them no good. And again, it does you no good. And you're the one who's really important. The ones on the other side, they are in such a loving, loving, loving place. They have so much peace, so much gratitude, and they are enveloped by such a warm light that's why they want to express that and share that with you. So that is what I have got for you guys this evening. I hope that brings you a little bit of insight. I am going to sit back the rest of the evening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening as well. It's hot here in Buffalo. I'm sure it's hot there other places. But I'm going to enjoy. I got some cool swag today. I don't think you can see it on... Oh, you can kind of see it on the video for my launch party on the 29th. The swag is coming in, so I'm excited to be using it as part of our gift baskets. I'm going to be making those up, or at least starting to make those up this weekend. There's a couple things that still need to come in. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. If you have not RSVP'd for the party, you need to. It's going to be a blast. Lots and lots of fun. Even my aunt told me this afternoon when I got home from my house party, she's like, your daughter, as things are coming, there was like 4 boxes that came. She's like, we went for a little walk, and when we got back, they were on the stoop, and she's like, for mommy's party, mama's party, best party ever. I hope she's right, and it is the best party ever. She's definitely probably hearing me say that all the time. I'm like, it's gonna be epic. Now, if she said epic, I think it would have been for me, but she's like, best party ever. It was just so cute to hear my aunt say it and then hear her reiterate it. So it's gonna be fun. So the 29th, mark your calendars if you haven't already. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.